Hello, Charizard for the win here. Today I'm going to talk about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 2003 series, Season 3. I already reviewed the first two seasons, so let's get right into it. Alright, so this season starts off the Triceraton Republic that we saw at the end of the last episode, the last season, are about to invade. So this one starts out, and they invade Earth, and it's awesome. And that whole storyline happens, then the Turtles end up defeating them, and they come back again, and they get, and they're after the Fugitoid still, so the Fugitoid comes back to Earth, and eventually ends up sacrificing himself to save everyone, basically. And they defeat the Triceratons, they defeat the Federation, everyone's done, and, yeah, that whole thing happens. And it's really cool. I like all that stuff. Oh yeah, and I really liked how the Fugitoid sacrificed himself, and yeah, and they killed him off the character off the best way they could possible, and then he even sent him off in the thing from Search for Spock, or no, the thing from Wrath of Khan when Spock dies, and yeah, that was cool. So yeah, then they also introduced this new villain character, Agent Bishop, and he's really badass. He reminds me of Agent Smith from The Matrix. He is incredibly skilled in martial arts and is able to fight all the turtles simultaneously, even when they're teamed up with a few other people as well. And that is pretty cool. Basically, he's trying to figure out what it is that mutated the turtles and stuff, but he's also trying to defend Earth against aliens. He works for the government, but he also does a bunch of crazy experiments, including cloning himself a bunch of times and stuff. So that's cool. I don't know where that'll go. This is more just the introduction to his character and his philosophies and stuff. I don't know if philosophy is the correct word. But anyways, after the whole Triceraton Earth invasion thing story happens, there's basically just a bunch of filler episodes for a while, mostly about how the world is reacting to this alien invasion, because there was aliens before in the first couple seasons, but they didn't really have a lot to do with the the main people of Earth. They just kind of had like the Utrons and stuff. They were just in a very secluded area and just kind of did their own thing. Didn't really affect many people, but the entire world was invaded by aliens. So yeah, that's the thing, and people react to that appropriately. And that's basically what all the different fill episodes are about. And they are good episodes on their own, most of them. It's not just like, oh yeah, turtles have to fight some guys, then it's over. They do try to do different things with each episode, and that's good. One thing that's interesting that they tried sort of in this season is Casey and April actually kissed, so they do sort of have a relationship now going in this one. They kind of hinted at it in the first couple seasons, but it's weird because they kiss in the one episode, then they're gone for a bunch of episodes. They really don't show up that much in this season at all, which is kind of too bad. It's mostly the turtles doing things, which is good too. Alright, some of the other characters. Baxter Stockman is still around. He has he gets a new cyborg body suit again with a hologram head of himself. His brain thing is, yeah, he's still a brain, but is a hologram of what his head would look like. It's interesting what they did here, because Baxter Stockman and Hun kind of get put into the same roles of Bebop and Rocksteady from the original Ninja Turtles series. What I mean by that is they are basically the evil henchmen's bumbling sidekick characters that can't really do a lot themselves, and always end up messing up the Shredder's evil plans, or are just kind of comedy relief, sort of. Which is fine. It's actually sort of an upgrade for Hun, but it's kind of a downgrade for Baxter Stockman, who was an awesome villain in the first season, and was alright in the second season, although there was a bunch of other stuff that didn't really have that much to do with him. And then in this season, he's just kind of there. which is too bad. I liked when he had more evil plots to do. And this one he does try to mess up the Shredder's plans and stuff, but I don't know, he never really seemed like he did much at all. Like, he still does things, but they don't really affect anyone that much. In any case. Yeah, so a bunch of other things happen. Oh yeah, one thing I think is stupid about the season is partway through they bring back the Fugitoid character. So he was actually alive, he downloaded his consciousness or whatever into, like, a computer or some shit like that. And it's stupid because the whole reason he got destroyed his own consciousness and his mind was so that the Triceratons or the Federation people could not get the information that he has about this transporter device that he designed, which could be used to transport like nukes into planets and blow them up and shit like that. So that's why he's like, yeah, that can't happen, I'm gonna kill myself. And, well, sacrifice himself to stop everything. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's perfect. That's how you should get rid of this character, because he doesn't do much other than be a problem. And that was, I think, the perfect way to do it. But he's still around now, and it's like, that's stupid. Because, A, aren't they the Triceratons and everyone gonna come back? And, like, B, there's no point of him existing now. Why? It doesn't make sense. Like, he doesn't really do anything. Sure, he hacks into a couple computers, but I'm sure Donatello could have done the same thing. So, yeah, that's dumb. Alright, a couple episodes. There's a lot darker episodes in this season. A few characters actually die, well, sort of. People do legitimately die, though, in this season. Now, the next main story arc that happens after a while is, the characters, from Season 2 at the end, Draco, that one dragon guy, from the Battle Nexus plotline, and the Domino's son, also called the Ultimate Ninja. At the end of Season 2, they get sucked into this portal thing, and then partway through this Season 3, we find that they have merged together and become this Ultimate Draco character, is what they call it. And basically, they want to get revenge on other characters, which is cool. And the coolest story arc that happens, probably, well, one of the best of this season is what happens is he manages to get this time scepter and uses it on the turtles to send them all to entirely different time, throughout time and space, basically. So 2 different dimensions and stuff. Michelangelo goes to this one dimension where the turtles, in this version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they're all superheroes that have different superpowers. The cool thing about that is they made Splinter the Shredder, and I think he was called the Sliver, which is clever. And that kind of makes sense for like a very superhero origin. It's like, oh, he used to be our leader, but he turned evil, kind of thing. And then Raphael just goes to this random racing planet, which is kind of like pod racing, but not really. Yeah, that's... nothing exciting really happens there. Leonardo goes to the world that, I forget the character's name again, the Samurai Rabbit character, whatever his name is, Leonardo goes to wherever he's from. But the one episode that's really awesome is where Donatello goes to this alternate future where Donatello's been gone for 30 years, and Shredder's taken over the entire Earth. This episode is the darkest of the entire series, at least to this point. I don't know if it gets darker later on, but holy shit, what a great episode. I'm going to talk about this episode for a little bit, probably. Anyways, this episode is crazy. So what we find out has happened when Donatello's gone. Shredder's taken over the entire Earth, with, like, robots and the Foot Ninja and everything. They even replicated a shot from Terminator, which was awesome. And what's happened to the good characters is Splinter died, and Casey died also, during some fights against the Shredder that they tried to defeat him. Another thing that's happened is Michelangelo has lost his arm and his sense of humor. He's kind of an asshole in this episode. And then Raphael's missing an eye, and Leonardo looks kind of like Morpheus from The Matrix, which is pretty damn cool. Anyways, it's just so cool to see all these characters in such a dark place. And, like, they're basically trying to survive this apocalypse. And, anyways, Donatello manages to get them all together. April's still around. They're organizing sort of a resistance. Hun and Baxter Stockman kind of got fused together. His brain jar was, like, attached to Hun's body, and Hun was in a wheelchair. Looked pretty... You kind of feel bad for them, too. Okay, but then, when they face up against the Shredder, Shredder has this huge mech suit body. Okay, this is crazy. Okay, so first thing, the first person that gets killed is Hun and Baxter Stockman get straight up stepped on by the Shredder's huge mech suit, so they're dead. They're squashed. Then Michelangelo and Raphael, I think both. Wait, Michelangelo, Raphael, and Leonardo are all killed by these Karai robots that kind of look like Terminators, or by Karai, something like that. Anyways, they're straight up dead. Then April shoots Karai with a missile launcher, so Karai's now dead too. And the last thing that happens is Donatello, who's in this mech suit, which looks cool, up against the Shredder, is able to get him into positions for their drill thing to disintegrate the Shredder's alien form. Anyways, by the end of it, it's fucking awesome, because the only two characters that are left are Donatello and April. All the other main characters of the Ninja Turtles are fucking dead. And it's great. Like, I love that the show actually went this dark. Yeah, obviously this is just an alternate timeline, but they have mentioned in the series that the alternate timelines and stuff exist at the same time as their regular dimensions. They're just in a separate world that can't really be connected to them, but that still happened. So, like, it's not like this, oh, this is just a what-if story. It is, but this also happened in the Turtles universe, just not in the same universe that Donatello is from. Anyways, crazy episode, awesome. What was the episode even called? I think it was Same as It Never Was. Anyways, awesome episode, crazy dark. The fucking characters actually die in this show, which is great, because it's a kid show, and kids shows usually can't get away with that. Anyways, it's not even villains dying either. It's like the main characters, the main good guys are dead. Okay, anyways, eventually all the turtles get wrapped up back together with, they meet up with the Domino and stuff like that. Splinter helps them defeat the Ultimate Draco character, and yeah, that basically happens. It's not as... The main thing that's really cool is what happens to Donatello. By comparison, the other stories are like, but they're still good, but like it's not as like holy shit as the Donatello one. Anyways, after that, maybe there might be a couple other filler episodes or something. Then the season finale, which was friggin' great. Shredder, who is Orokusaki for most of this season, doesn't do a whole lot of things himself, but sends his henchmen to do most of his work. But anyways, he builds this rocket so that he can travel to the Uptron world and take it over, which is pretty badass. And the Turtles and stuff, they find out about this. All of them, plus Casey and April, plus Leatherhead, this one mutant alligator crocodile character. Anyways, he's kind of here and there throughout the season, but he helps them out every once in a while in the finale. And they go up against the Shredder, and Baxter Stockman, I guess, is there, but he doesn't do much. But yeah, against Hun and Karai, and they even bring back like the Foot Tech Ninjas and all these other Foot Ninjas and stuff, and they're trying to stop this rocket ship from taking off. eventually does take off, and oh yeah, and Bishop and Agent Bishop and his men come in and try to stop him as well. So everyone's fighting everyone. It's crazy action. It's awesome. Then Turtles make it onto this ship. They are about to actually sacrifice themselves to blow up the entire ship and to save the Utroms. But then the Utroms manage to freeze time or something and stop the Shredder, which is kind of a cop-out, but whatever. And they imprison the Shredder on this ice planet, banish him for all eternity or some shit like that. That's what the Utroms did. Oh, but it's interesting when you see it goes into the Utroms give him like this trial, and they assess his charges. He was charged for like trying to kill the Utrom homeworld and taking over the ships and different causing all kinds of problems for the Utroms. But he also caused like a civil war on another planet that killed millions of people, and he invaded another planet somewhere else that killed millions of people as well. So like, yeah, people legitimately die in this season, and it's pretty not usually main characters, although main characters did die in one episode, but other characters do end up dying in this season, and it's pretty awesome. Anyways, yeah, they defeat the Shredder. And yeah, they kind of just go back, and they're like, "Oh, that's it. We defeat the Shredder." At the end, there's another season, and yeah, there's more stuff they're gonna do with Bishop, I'm sure. But yeah, hell of a good season. The main problem is it kind of drags a little bit after the Triceraton invasion episode because there's a lot of filler episodes before the next story arc, and the arcs is what really makes this show great. Is telling longer stories than just one episode. Although they do really do a really good job with a lot of the episodes. And yeah, for the most part, I say if you like the first two seasons, then keep watching. But yeah, season 3 was good, and had some really great dark episodes and themes and stuff in it. And yeah, I'm probably gonna keep watching. Okay, I don't know if I'm not sure if I'm going to watch any of the other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles shows, like the original series or the 2012 one. I saw the first season of each of those. I did a review for those. But I'm not sure if I really want to continue with either of the series. But this one is kind of nostalgic for me, and I really enjoy it as well. So I'm going to keep watching this one for sure. And yeah, maybe after that I might check out the other shows. But yeah. That's about it. Thanks for watching, and subscribe.